Today we're going to talk about writing equations of circles. When writing equations of circles, you need the center and the radius. Again, the center is given as h comma k, and the radius is given as r. So the equation of the circle is in the form x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. H and k, again, are the coordinates of the center of the circle, and r is your radius. For example, find the equation of a circle whose center is 0, 0 with radius 6. Again, my equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. 0, 0 is my h comma k, that's my center, and my radius is 6, so that's my r. So if I plug these in, it'd be x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 6 squared. Well, x minus 0 is just plain old x, so that's x squared, plus y minus 0 is y squared equals 6 squared is 36, and there is my equation. Let's try another example. Now they give us find the equation of a circle whose center is 2, negative 3, so that's my h and my k, and the radius is 4, so there's my r. And they also say to sketch it. We can sketch it later. We don't really need to do that. We had that practice yesterday. So we're not going to worry about the sketching. We're just going to worry about getting the equation. So again, x minus the h squared plus y minus the k, which is negative 3, squared equals my radius, which is 4 squared. So it would stay x minus 2 squared, but over here minus a negative 3 becomes a positive, so y plus 3 squared equals 4 squared is 16, and there's the equation. These are the easy circumstances when they give you the center and the radius, but they're not always going to do so. Sometimes they will give you the center and a point on the circle, such as example 3 here. Find the equation of a circle with the center negative 3, negative 10, and a point on the circle of 5, negative 16. Well, my center, I have my h and I have my k. I need my radius. To find my radius is the distance from the center to a point on the circle. So if I were to do the distance formula, I would be doing the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So when I plug all that in, be the square root of 5 minus a negative 3, so plus 3 squared, plus negative 16 minus a negative 10, so plus 10 squared, which would come out to be 5 plus 3 is 8, squared is 64, plus negative 16 plus 10 is negative 6, squared is 36. 64 and 36 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So there's my radius. My radius is 10. So now I can write my equation. X minus negative 3, so plus 3 squared, plus y minus a negative 10, so plus 10 squared, equals 10 squared, which is 100. And there's my equation of my circle. I had to use the distance formula to get my radius first. Once I got my radius, then I had my center and my radius, and I could plug in and get my equation. Sometimes they're going to do it a little different. They'll give you the diameter, and they will want you to find the equation of the circle. In this instance, not only do you need to find your radius, but you've also got to find the coordinates of the center of your circle. Well, if they give you a diameter, you know that halfway in between is the center of the circle. So the first thing you do is you have to use midpoint to find your center. So we're going to find our center first. And to find our center, we have to use the midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 over 2, and y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay? So let's plug those in. 5 plus 4 over 2. And then negative 9 plus negative 3 over 2. Okay. 5 plus 4 is 9. So 9 over 2 is 4.5. So let's leave it as a fraction. 9 over 2. You can leave it as a fraction or you can leave it as a decimal. So 9 over 2, and then negative 9 and negative 3 is negative 12, divided by 2 is negative 6. Okay? So my center is 9 over 2 and negative 6. Again, if you want to change the 9 over 2 to 4.5, you can. It's up to you. Okay? But now I need to find my radius. Again, to find your radius, you're going to use your distance formula. Okay? x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, square root of all that. Alright, what do I use to find my radius? I pick one of these 2 points and the center and find the distance. So I'm going to use 4, negative 3 with my midpoint, my center, to do my problem. So here I go, square root of 4 minus 5 squared. Nope, not minus 5. I was using the wrong coordinate, wasn't I? It's 4 minus 9 over 2 squared plus negative 3 minus negative 6, so plus 6 squared. Okay. 4 minus 9 over 2 would give me 1/2 squared, gives me 1/4, plus negative 3 plus 6 is 3, squared is 9. So that would give me the square root of 1/4 plus 9, which is the square root of 10 over 4. Okay? Now, that is the square root of 10 divided by 4 is 2.5. The square root of 2.5. Okay? So now, if I want to use my equation, I have to start with x minus 4.5 squared plus y minus negative 6 squared, which would make it plus 6 squared, equals square root of 2.5 squared is 2.5. And there's the equation of my circle. Okay, so this is how you write equations of circles based on information given. If you have any more questions, if you need further help, please come in and see me on my tutoring times. Thank you.